Let me give you a quick flyover what EDFN338 Foundations of American Education is about. I'm Tim Fegan, and I'll be the professor and the instructor of this course. This is the D2L page, and you won't do a lot here on a couple things. You'll submit your note outlines here, and I got them all marked out when they're doing. Just one other thing, if you have late work, it goes here. Once these close at 11 o'clock on Sunday nights, late work will be here, and my policy on late work is I'll accept it 1 week after for half credit, and I won't accept it after that. So keep that in mind. Back here, the other thing we'll do is just take quizzes here, and they too are all timed. They are due Sunday nights. And that's about all we'll do with D2L. And from there, here is the course wiki link, and this is where I'll run the course from. It'll take you out here like this. Now, lots of things to see, but I have it organized by week over here. Week 1 is what you'll do this first week, those 4 things. And then week 2, from week 2 on, it'll look pretty much the same. Week 2 will be chapter 1, Teaching in a Changing World, and I have the page of the text here. I have the objectives from that chapter right here. Then there's a chapter outline, chapter lecture right here. This one's about 46 minutes long, and it's me lecturing. Comes up like this.
Chapter 1 does a nice job of talking about find them.
List.
But here's your first one from page 5 is you're going to respond to what are the importance? Why are these important?
And so throughout the lecture, I will direct you to do things. And I'll say, do this. When you see me circling and giving numbers, and where that is here under the note outline. Okay, and it looks like this. So we're on this first one. You'll match this up under here, and I'm telling you exactly what to put in here. All right, so you'll download this. It comes in Google. Comes from Google. You'll download it. You can write in Google too, but you're going to download it because you're going to be submitting this in D2L. So you can do it here, but ultimately you have to download it as a PDF and submit it in Google. And each time I'll tell you what to do. Right now, number 1 is right here, and I ask you in there to go ahead and bold that or turn it red so I can find your entries. So I can find your entries on these as I go through this lecture. Let me see if I can find another one.
Academic had more money.
Here's number 2, lack of financial support. And so you would just follow along with me. And number 2, I ask you here to enter something. And again, you would do that, and then you would turn it red so that I can find it. I can find your inputs. Right? And again, you can do it in Word, however you want to do it, but ultimately you'll upload it into D2L in the Dropbox. Here's chapter 1. It's due the 7th. You'll do there. Okay? So each week will be pretty much the same, and then it goes to a project. Here's the week 1 project. I've assigned you all a topic. Most of the time, I'll have a little demo of what it should look like here. I'll generally give you a little video of what to do for each one, and then here's the PowerPoint if you want it. And these here, often at the bottom, you'll submit in the notes, and so you would save this image down, you download it, and then upload it into your notes, and you'll figure out how to do that. But here, I ask you to convert these to PDFs because sometimes they get too big. Otherwise, with some of the things I have you submit, and I can't, they're too hard to submit. So save them as PDFs when you're done. And what if you don't know what a PDF is? A PDF is just a snapshot of it, a picture of it. Okay. So that's what this is about, and that's how we'll proceed week by week through here. Remember, I'll assign this later, but why I want to be a teacher, has to be done. I'm going to ask you to write the one paper in here. Otherwise, it'll pretty much follow this format each week. Now do this for me. Before you go any farther, go ahead and bookmark this. I use Chrome, and it's under here under bookmarks, where you bookmark this page, and then it comes up on your toolbar here, and I have mine in a folder. And the reason that being, so you don't have to go to D2L every time you want to get on this. So go ahead and bookmark this. How about the tests? The quizzes are like this. You need the lockdown browser. Each one has 30 questions. You get 30 minutes to respond to it. You'll be taking this away from me, so I guess you can use whatever resource you have, but you only have 30 minutes. So you better know at least some of this material. You better find it quickly. One thing I will ask you not to do is share this with somebody else, because that would be considered cheating, and you know the policy for that. And I've tried to set up a submission view so that you can see it after the tests are all done on Sunday nights. You should be able to log back into the lockdown browser and see your quiz. Now, I've got to be honest with you. I've had some struggles trying to make this work, but that's my hope I'll be able to do. But you get 30 minutes to do it, and then it's enforced. The clock will be there. It'll automatically submit after that. And that's the quiz look like. And the first week you're going to do a pretest, and I'll give you a little sample, and it's just kind of a flyover. Now here's the thing with the course. It's a survey. You know what a survey course is? Survey simply means it's a flyover. It's a flyover about this, about the goals, history, organization, and philosophy of a pre-K to grade 12 American education, with emphasis on teaching as a profession, and then contemporary issues, which are changing constantly. Practice legal and ethical responsibilities. I do quite a rant on that, and then attributes of effective teachers at the end. Okay. Here's how you contact me. You can text me or email me at that address. Here's the textbook. Here's what the course is about. 13 note outlines, one for each chapter, and they're worth 10 points, 130. Those 13 web projects that you're going to do on the wiki I showed you right here. There's 13 of those. They're worth 10 points. And then the 13 tests. And they're worth 30 points each. And a final test that's worth 30. There's just a couple other things, like this first week is some stuff. Again, here's some contact information. I certainly do not do Skype as much as Google Hangout. I'd love to visit with you that way if you want to talk. But that's pretty much how we're going to run the course. And it'll take you a week or two to get in the flow, but after that you'll see. But every Sunday night from now on, something will be due. And after the first week, starting the second week, it'll be the same every week. You don't have a test due the second week. But from then on, third week on, every Sunday night you'll have a test due. You'll have a note outline due from my recorded lecture, the web project, and your test due. Hope you enjoy that. These are pretty critical topics. Let me just show you one other thing I want to show you, and that is on this course objectives. These are things that probably aren't going to be talked about beyond this course, like teaching in a changing world, the early history of education in a changing world, historical perspectives, philosophy. There's two on philosophy, the reflection of it, and then building your own philosophy, where I ask you to make some decisions about philosophy. And then places of schools in our society. Diversity in school is really a hot topic. Students and their families. Organizing and paying for education is really a hot button. Legal perspectives of education. 11 is standards, assessments and accountability. 12, designing programs for learner. And 13, becoming a high-quality teacher in a changing world. So that's what it is here. Okay, you're entering an exciting and fun field. Let this be the beginning of the coursework for it. Go get them.